And there we go, the boss is defeated. It was harder than I thought it will be. So yeah, now when you are in the bear form, you are using vines as always, and all other summons are like the skills for you, which is pretty cool too. What's up guys, it's Kosh, and today in Soul Knight Prequel we are doing Druid Summoner. I don't think it's a meta build because most people on the top of the leaderboards using no pets build, but I love it quite a lot. It's really fun to play and it's really efficient for farming and leveling. So let's go into it. Druid is a mix of Animancer and Herbalist classes, and that opens up the new path with a lot of cool abilities. The main strength of the Summoner Druid build that actually you don't need to do anything. Your pets will do everything for you and you will just wander around and collect the loot. It can be played semi-idle because you can watch TV and just move your character around the dungeon, which is really cool, I think. But it comes with the drawbacks. Main drawback that if your pets will die, it will take time for you to recover, because you got the cooldowns on the summoning skills and you got so many pets to repillage. But I got that issue maybe once or twice through the gameplay, so I don't think it's a significant problem. Let's go into the skill. So right now I don't have the perfect build because I was leveling and trying things up, so we will do the full reset and I will apply the points with you. We will do the skill reset, we will do the stat reset. There we go. If you don't know, you can do that stuff here at the respect merchant next to the other merchants here in the bottom right corner of the village. So what kind of stats do we want on our druid? Honestly, all we need is strength, maybe some dexterity. I wanted to go with intelligence first, but it was a waste of resources, so we will go full strength because our mana will be kept anyway. So yeah, all the points will go here. Okay, maybe not all of them. I will put 150 over here. That's for your main stats. Since the main idea of the build is getting as many minions, I decided to get a bit more points into Tenetesis and getting a bear form just in case as an extra if we will need to change the tactics a bit. Invasive growth to the maximum, and I remove the points here because we won't need Overwhelm or Beast Morph Elixir since we are doing Summoner's build. So yeah, you can spend your extra points wherever you want. Based on your needs, you might upgrade the wolves a bit or get extra talents. You can experiment with that. So this is what we have here. We have 10 of those vines next to the poor scarecrow, and I'm outside of the bear form just to show you how it works. So basically, it's not really high damage right now. Once again, my gear is out of place. We don't have the right fate bounce and everything. And you should know that main chunk of the damage is being done by the vines here. So all other minions are doing like maybe 1/3 of the damage, and 2/3 are doing the vines. Moreover, they are doing the poison. So they are the most important things here. Now with the bear form, we can actually go into the bear form, switch back, and here we will get ability to do extra stuff because we can use the skills, and that will actually increase the DPS a little bit more and make us viable, because in the bear form we have insane amount of health and we are way tougher and we won't die that fast. That will increase our survivability. Now let's talk about the gear and fate bounce. For the gear, you probably want to switch from intelligence, what I have over here, to strength based gear, especially since if you have the bear form, strength will be multiplied. So you really would like something like this, but you would like to keep the fate bounce right for the summons. So which fate bounce do you need? You need Field Marshal at 3 points for sure. That will allow you to have way more minions and that will help you to get bigger bunch. Actually, if you want to get more units, we can remove the bear form and summon some more minions, and that will work as well. I mean, you don't really have to stick with what you have, you can just get extra. So right now we have 9 plus 6, that's 15 plus 10, 25 minions on the screen of our own. And since we are so minion focused, we would like to get bounded summons, this thing, because minions will inherit fate bounce effects of your weapon, and those things can be pretty cool. So at 2-piece it will inherit corresponding 2-piece fate bounce set effects, at 3-piece that will be 3 set bonus, so that will help quite a lot as well later on. Other than that, you might want to get a Doombringer that will help you with other druid build as well, and it will allow your poison to increase the damage and tick faster, so that will increase your DPS. Also, since most of your mana will be used up, locked, you might want to get hyper focus, because it will convert that locked mana to attack speed and all damage, and that will be taken by your minions as well, so that will help as well. And yeah, of course, getting the strength boost on your gear might help a lot for your survivability and other druid build later on. But yeah, mostly your main goal will be getting field marshal and bonded summons, and then extras that you feel necessary for you. Another cool thing about the druid, that since all stuff is hybrid attack, you don't need any specific weapon, so you can go with anything as your weapon and it will work. Just focus on the stuff that have as much attack power as possible. I've got the random sword here, buffed it up a little bit, and it's working flawlessly. Also guys, some items have bonus minion power stat that you can get, and as you can guess, that will help your minions so much with the damage. As for the Valkyrie Boons, this is complex because most of those don't really affect your minions, so you don't have that many options. I've got the minion hour over here, basically, and it doesn't work. So yeah, the only thing that worked here is invasive growth bonus that will boost the damage. And also, I think I've got one buff over here. Yeah, Blightbringer. It also works really well with the tentacles because as they spawn, they will do fire damage for a couple of seconds. But I haven't found anything that works permanently for the minions so far. So I decided to focus on the skills that I use the most. Those are the roots if you don't use the bear mode. If you use the bear mode, you can go for anything like this, or amalgamate skill that will improve your mostly used skills to do additional damage. Like this one is good, it will give us cleave and that kind of stuff, so you gotta look for those yourself. Let me know in the comments if you get the good ones, because so far everything I've got here is like so useless. This one is good. If you will use that big summon as a skill, it will be pretty good because it will allow you to do a lot of stuff. So yeah, not many good things, to be honest, if you are outside of the bear form, and that's how I prefer to roll, to be honest. In the bear form, it's more efficient, but it's more tiresome, and I would like to get more gear and be able to run it without doing anything, because that's how I wanted to play this build. So just summon insane amount of creatures and then let them be. For the pet, it doesn't really matter who you get. I go with the Crimson Fire Dragon because it gives me movement speed and bonus XP. I mean, what else you might want from the dragon, from the pet? So yeah, since we're here, let's see what's the maximum DPS we can get from this build right now. Yeah, it's basically 270k. It's not best, but it's good enough. So let's go do some run and see how it will be in the normal run, and then we'll move on to the more complex mechanics where we will have to fight the Valkyrie basically. So right now I'm not using the bear form, I'm going in just for the max DPS, for the max amount of minions, so I won't have to do a thing. That's one of the options, and as you can see, we don't need mana regen, we don't need health regen, we have everything that we need with our group of minions. You can select with this build if you want to have 3 of those grand minions, or I think 2 extra small minions. I prefer the big ones. They do more DPS, they are more reliable, and they also give the debuff, and they do AoE, so they're better than the small guys. So yeah, that's what you have for the max amount of stats, and after that, once you have your guys maxed up, you can transform to the bear, because you used up extra mana to get your guys out. But you don't really need that. The guys are destroying everything. The only issue you might have, you might die because of the life drain, or if you will get insane amount of damage. Basically, all you would like to do is to use the vines when you get to the enemy area, because that will allow you to summon divine minions. Those things are very powerful, they do a lot of damage, and you can summon a lot of those at the same time. So bam, we got 7 on the map already. And the main issue with this build that you will be kind of locked with your own guys, so basically they will make you stuck a bit. And since some of your minions will die, you will have to replenish them from time to time using the spells, using the skills, and if you will be in the bear form, you won't be able to do that. If you use the Totem of Necromancy, and the Warrior's Totem, that will actually add you more minions. And now, since we got that electricity attack, if you get the electricity debuff on your guys, that might actually harm you quite a lot, because you and your guys will take insane amount of damage like that. So you might lose some of your minions that way. So here is the boss. Let's fight it with our minions, without the bear form, and see how it will go. We'll summon a bit more of those guys, and here is the fight. Oh wow, we're losing quite a lot of minions. But once again, our equipment is far from being perfect right now, so that kinda explains a lot. But the good thing that we are outside of the harm's way and we don't really take any damage ourselves. And that's what I was talking about. If you are not strong enough, this build might have some issues. Not as serious ones, you will have to kite the enemies for a while your minions are doing damage. But yeah, if you lose most of your minions, it will take time for you to recover your group, your army basically. And there we go, the boss is defeated. It was harder than I thought it would. Now we'll do the same, but instead we will add bear form to the mix. At least like that we will not take that much damage, and we still will be able to use vines. But if we would like to summon other creatures, we will have to leave the bear form, otherwise we won't be able to summon anyone. But we can taunt enemies on ourselves, and since we got additional health and survivability, we can do that pretty nicely. So yeah, before making this guide, I was running without the bear form, on the full summon build, and it was pretty okay. But now, since we allocated some points towards this, well, I mean, we don't have any other choice, because points for survivability that we had before are being spent on the bear form right now. And yeah, we got insane boost to health and strength and attack damage to ourselves, so we should make use of that. Moreover, really good bonus of the bear form that you can actually dash now, so you will move faster if you need to. Without that, the druid is a bit slow. So yeah, now when you are in the bear form, you are using vines as always, and all other summons are like the skills for you, which is pretty cool too. And yeah, honestly, this changing of form in order to resummon some of your minions is a bit too tiresome. I mean, it's kinda removing all the purpose of this build to be really convenient and comfortable, so you can play it just by running around and letting your minions do all the hard work, and you can just collect the loot. So let's see how we will be able to defeat the boss with the bear form. That should be way easier, because the bear itself is really mighty, so we should be able to tank, we should be able to... Oh my god. All the minions are defeated and we can't truly resummon them, but we still got the tentacles, we still got the wolves, so the druid minions are still alive. But the boss was defeated way easier than before. There were no lightning enemies though. Now let's go to the Valkyries area, and I just learned today that you can buff it up by using resurrection tokens. That way you can go through several levels at the same time. That's very new for me. I'm actually not sure that I'll be able to beat that difficulty right now, since my minions are a bit weaker than I'm used to. But yeah, even though the enemies are a bit tougher, we should be okay, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's going well. So yeah, what's pretty cool, the tentacles are being spawned really fast as long as you cast the spell. It's good enough. The main drawback that you can't really rush forward with this build, because your minions will be falling behind a little bit, and that might slow you down. The good thing that you are in the middle of everything, so you can actually enjoy that and take damage, tank, and let your minions finish off the rest of the enemies. That works for us right now. In the bear form, it's way more convenient than in the normal form, and we are almost invincible. We don't really take that much damage with our life regen from the skill that we've got. We are regenerating it really fast. The enemies can do that much, and the damage output it's not great right now, but it will be better as soon as we'll get the better gear. I mean, no one have great output without the proper gear, right? And we don't have any fate bounds needed, only the amount of minions for fun, basically. Also, there is some bug, because I can't really see the corruption increasing right now. So I don't have any corruption going. That's convenient, I guess. And once again, those 5 level runs for the Valkyrie are way tougher than the normal ones because enemies are higher level. Yeah, it's okay. As long as we are not dying and we are taking out the enemies in time, we're good. As long as we will get better weapons for more attack power, we will be even better, and our minions will get better. And yeah, I kinda like the summon build a bit more than the bear gameplay, because the bear gameplay, what I'm doing right now, is like, it feels like playing the Warley, just feels like playing the warrior. I'm so melee and everything while I leveled up, because I was just, you know, cruising around, and I let my minions do all the hard work, casting some spells when I want to, like those vines and that kind of stuff, and then chilling, experimenting with the loot, getting the chest and that kind of stuff. So now let's take a look how the boss fight will go for us. The hardest part again with the bosses that unless they will have minions like this guy, you can't really summon too many vines because they need to hit an enemy in order to be summoned. And the vines are your main DPS source, so yeah, you should get as many of those as possible. We got 9 right now and we need to resummon the minions, but we're okay with that. The enemy is dead, we won. That wasn't that hard, was it? So with the introduction of Season 1, getting the right build becomes harder and harder. You will have to adjust your gear, use those buffs in order to get additional bonuses for yourself and such. It will take a while until you will get something crazy good. Mana regen becomes useless, health regen becomes more useful and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I know this guide isn't perfect because I haven't found the perfect summoning build, but it was pretty fun while I used it and it works really well for me. I mean, it's not the most OP one, but it's most comfortable one. Once you get the good gear, you can run around and enjoy yourself. And yeah, don't worry, you won't die from that skill that's draining your life. It will stop at some point at the very low amount of health, so it's okay. Let me know in the comments if you get extra tips for the Summoner's Guide for Druid, and subscribe to the channel and hit that like button because I will make more guides for Druids and for Season 1 characters and everything. You might want to check them in the playlist, it will be in the pinned comment and the video description. Also, you will find LD player links so you can play it on the PC like I do over here, really convenient, and my other YouTube channel, social media and Discord. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. It's been Stan Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.